In January last year, the National Council for Higher Education directed all university and tertiary institutions to realign their programs with the competence-based curriculum that was rolled out by the Education Ministry through the National Curriculum Development Center back in 2020. As such, universities engaged in teacher training like Makerere and Kabale have started implementing this directive, although some like Makerere had made initial efforts as early as 2021.
That's why we immediately developed a new curriculum for primary, nursery, which is called preschool or ECD, and secondary. So that all those teachers who are going to teach our learners at that level are oriented in a competence-based curriculum.
We have embraced the competence-based curriculum in many strands, especially with emphasis to the training of our graduates, both the in-service graduates and the undergraduates.
The heads of the schools of education in these institutions have told us about some of the revisions that were made to their programs to make them more competence-based.
We're enhancing our Center for Teaching and Learning Support, headed by Dr. Dorothy, Center for Teaching and Learning Support, headed by Dr. Dorothy Sebo Chagaba. Because this one, it helps in the teaching, retraining, and retooling of our staff. We've also set up new structures, like the Center for Wisdom Pedagogy.
The integration of the community need, we do it through needs assessment in terms of program review and program development. Because we don't just wake up as an institution of learning to start developing program, but we ask the needs in the community. And we also ask the question, is the way we are teaching, that's our program, the degree we are rolling out, is it addressing the need you have in community?
In this effort, some of the learning institutions have worked in close collaboration with personnel from the National Curriculum Development Center.
That was the intention, so that now there is a thread which moves through from lower to higher institutions. So because this learner is the same learner we are planning for, from the lower levels up to the tops.
However, universities like Chambugo have still not yet started aligning their programs with the competence-based curriculum.
We have not done much because there is a lot of mismatch between us, the teacher training institution or university, and the other key stakeholders. For example, the National Curriculum Development Center.
But whereas the institutions are revising their programs, there are teething challenges. These range from a lack of physical to financial resources.
Yeah, the materials are still a challenge because it needed us to hike our budget as a college, but still we received the same budget as we were being given prior to this competence-based curriculum.
Being a government institution, we are continuously engaging the government. Number one, to provide us a capital development grant so that we build more infrastructure, physical infrastructure of teaching and learning.
And in some instances like Chambogo, there is also minimal support from the National Curriculum Development Center.
Despite the fact that we are neighbors, but you will find that we don't collaborate closely. And probably this could be brought by policy gaps. Probably they are not obligated to be closely working with the, let's say, teacher training institutions or universities.
After developing their programs, they can come to the NCDC and ask the director in that particular area, whether it is science or it is vocational, to send them someone, maybe just to fine-tune or to look at what they have suggested.
But the biggest challenge is the piecemeal rollout of the competence-based curriculum at lower levels of learning like pre-primary, primary and L-level, which is also affecting the proper training of the teachers at university and tertiary level.
But now if we at primary, you find that maybe it is knowledge-based. Then when you come to lower secondary, it is competency-based. Then you come to upper secondary, it is knowledge-based, theory-based. Come to university, knowledge, theory-based. So you find it is a kind of a paradox.
You find that when you tamper with one, it cascades into all other levels. When they tampered with the lower secondary, it meant that we at the university had to change. It also means that primary and nursery, they have to change.
But the National Curriculum Development Center has also blamed this on a critical lack of resources.
For us, we work as by the conditions of the day. And we cannot fold our hands by saying the food is not enough, but people must eat something. So whatever is available must at least maximally be used. Rather than not training, and we say we are waiting for the country when it has all the money to train all the teachers at once, that one will not come.
Meanwhile, the National Curriculum Development Center is also working around the clock to develop a similar curriculum which the learners will study up to A level. Joyce Nakato, NTV Weekend Edition.